I always wanted to leave Japan, graduate high school and go. That was my plan.
What's your name?
I'm Emma.
And where are you from?
I'm from Japan. I'm half English though.
You were born and raised in Japan?
Yeah, born in Tokyo and then raised in Yokohama until I was 18.
How was it like to grow up in Tokyo metropolitan area as a half Japanese?
Yeah, なんか so many 思い
So
so
many
many 思い
What does that
so
mean?
many thoughts. なんかやっぱ growing up in Japan is so nice. I grew up in an インターの community. インターに通って I definitely feel like なんか it was a bubble for sure, like インターの bubble. So I feel like sometimes I felt growing up that I wasn't really thought of as Japanese here. Like I always get asked like, your Japanese is so good, or like, where are you from? みたいな. And it makes sense because I don't look it and I sound あれだけど, but it always made me a bit sad. It always made me a bit sad, like ちょっと a bit sad. So I always wanted to leave Japan.
You always wanted to leave Japan.
Yeah, when I was young. I just wanted to leave, like graduate high school and go. That was my plan. Yeah.
Did you do so?
I did. And then I ended up living abroad for like 12 years. And I moved back 3 years ago. But now I prefer to live here. Like, I love living here.
12 years abroad and you came back to Japan. Why do you love living in Japan now?
I think like the stuff I just spoke to you about, I feel like I don't belong anywhere properly because I'm a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But so that's why I moved abroad to like go, find a place that I felt like I was part of. But at the end of the day, I lived in many countries, but I never felt fully part of anywhere. And so I realized like, oh, actually, where I belong is just where I decide to belong. And then after COVID happened, I just wanted to be near my family. And you realize how good life is here. It's like, it's safe, the food is good, people are nice and respectful. Especially as a woman, I actually feel the most safe here. I can walk here at night by myself. Thinking of having kids in the future, I'd rather them grow up in a place that's safe and you don't have to worry so much about them getting kidnapped or like stuff like that. I feel like it's a good culture to be part of. And also, the food is so good. それ. Well, that's like the main. I feel like anyone who's lived abroad, like from Japan, will relate to this. Like, yeah, but the food is number one.
What are your favorite Japanese foods?
唐揚げ.
What are the cons of living in Japan, moving to Japan?
Yeah, I still definitely feel like I'm not fully considered なんか a proper Japanese person because I'm half, but also because I don't look really half. I still every day get like, oh my God, you speak Japanese. Like, and then I'll be like, oh, but I'm half. And they'll be like, where are you really from? They're going to get, there's nothing, like there's no bad intentions in those, but it's a little reminder for me every day that I'm not really from 100% from here. So that's, I guess, a con, but it's a personal con because it's not what everyone would experience. Other than that, it's like, I guess Tokyo's a very stressed city, like any metropolitan big city, like New York, London, whatever, it's like stressy.
Coming back, what do you most appreciate out of Japanese culture?
Honestly, I think I appreciate the respecting others part the most. Like, you don't realize how much it's part of this culture until you move abroad, because little things like, when you're going on the train and stuff, like you first move to the side, let people off first, and then you go on, or like, how do you say, kizukai of other people is like, it's so ingrained in the culture here. So that's what, I appreciate the most living here.
So after 12 years, you came back to Japan. Have you had any reverse culture shocks?
Yeah, I know it's so hard to remember what I felt when I moved back. This is kind of random, but like the clothing, like I think God, living abroad, like even when a woman if wears like tank tops or something abroad, people don't really like stare unless you're like more super or whatever. But I definitely feel like I had to readjust to what clothes to wear, so I don't like people don't stare too much or like it's like sports outfits like abroad it's so much more normal for girls to wear like leggings and then sports bra and a t-shirt like leggings as the zubon like the pants. Here it's not as normal yet, so if I do that people like stare. But whatever, yeah, it's not like nothing crazy. Yeah, but it's definitely something I had to readjust my brain. I was like, I shouldn't wear that on the train, or like I shouldn't wear that on the bus. I think about it more now.
What do you do in Tokyo?
So I run a community for women who want to start their own businesses here. So we have events and courses where you can learn how to do your own business and podcasts. Yeah.
Why did you start doing that?
I started doing it because I feel like after living abroad for so long and seeing so many women abroad have their own businesses, even if it's a side hustle to their main job, I see the positive impact that that has on their like independence, like financial independence and confidence and just, you know, ability to enjoy more out of life. And every time I came back here to visit over the 12 years, I feel like there's this, I feel like women here we're grown up to put limitations on ourselves like I have to become a wife so I can't do this, or I have to have a baby so I can't do this. I feel like there's so many limitations we put on ourselves societally as well. So I want people to feel that if they start their own business, they can have a newfound sense of independence and financial freedom, and you can do anything you want, and like anything you put your mind to, you can design your life however you want and live so happily. So I wanted to share that with Japan.
Very interesting. You spent 12 years in mostly Western countries, I
Yeah,
understood.
West.
Compared to Western countries, how do you observe the treatments, women's treatments in Japan?
Um, Maybe I've been very fortunate. Like I haven't had that many like bad instances. I've had like word harassment in Japan, but I've also had it abroad. Like I haven't had a specific incident where it only happened here. But what I do notice is that in the workplace, it's more kind of, there's still a lot of older generation men who expect a certain kind of attitude from women. And I think definitely still in the terms of like marriage, there's still a different expectation towards women here of what it means to be like a wife and a mom here. It's much more traditional still. I'm not saying that's like good or bad, but it's just like a difference that I've definitely observed. It's like, the mom has to be at home with the kids, raise the kids, etc. But in the Western countries, there's still that image, but it's definitely a bit more balanced of like, oh, it's totally normal if the mom's working and the dad stay at home. So there's that, I think.
Do you have any favorite Japanese word?
Japanese word. The first word that came to mind was like Ikigai. Like, there's no direct word in English, but like your purpose to live, or like your reason to live, or like something like that. I really love that word.
Why do you love Ikigai?
Because I'm doing odamu, I'm really passionate about people living their life to their full potential and not getting like constrained by societal standards or like expectations or stuff like that. I'm very passionate about living life on your own terms and finding what you want to do in life. So I think that's why that word means a lot to me. And I want everyone to live through that, not what they think other people would want from them.
Interesting. So that was it from my side.
Great.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
You have a great account. Keep going. No, but I feel like, it's nice to like spread more knowledge, any insight about life here, and I think it's just a great place to be. So please come to Japan. とか言って宣伝。
All right, thanks Emma for your time.